Glamorgan edged second day after Taylor 50. A first day shortened by the weather was punctuated by another 50 from David Lloyd, and a big scalp for the returning Jimmy Anderson. That left the game delicately poised at 117 for 3, heading into day 2. And play resumed in a similar fashion, Anderson with another wicket, Billy Root trapped in front for 11. But that's not all that carried over from the previous day. The weather reared its ugly head, and they were forced from the field. Glamorgan did find their way to 150 when play was possible, but Luke Wood was back in the attack and bowling aggressively. Another lightning bumper from him had Carlson jumping and weaving, but he couldn't do anything but push a catch to Anderson in the slips, another danger man removed. And they were off again soon after, the rain back and lunch was taken, the score 162 for 5. Taylor and Cook were in an unenviable position, no continuity for them to cling on to in terms of conditions. Even the sight of Mahmood limping out of the attack did nothing to encourage them. Bohannon took over for his colleague and took the key wicket of Cook in what remained of the over. Douthwaite and Taylor though had enough in them to take the Glamorgan total to 200. And finally some good weather allowed an unbroken spell of play, and the visitors took advantage. Parkinson was punished and sent flying over the Emirates Old Trafford fences. Their partnership was soon worth 50, and the score was getting on for 250. The pair took them past the figure, but there would be more to come. Douthwaite then went to 50 with a push down the ground off Wood. Glamorgan were enjoying their afternoon in the sun. But when they looked to be cruising, Anderson was back and had the important scalp of Douthwaite, his wicket marking the end of the session, and they'd make their way off the field of their own volition. No rain disruptions this time, tea taken with the score 271 for 7. Glamorgan batted their way to 300 at the resumption, on top now that they could find some fluency. Taylor picked up his 50 after the break. His knock, a watchful one, reached off 127 balls, with just 3 boundaries helping him get there. But he'd lose his partner. Nisa's start to life in Glamorgan colours brought him just 17, before he had to walk thanks to a leading edge to Jennings off Parkinson. Luckily for Lancashire, Mahmood suffered no further effects from his earlier knock, and was reintroduced to the attack with good effect. Taylor out, LBW for 58. Van der Hoogten and Salter did what they could to inflate the total, the former's lower order hitting famous, and he duly delivered, blasting boundaries to take the score to the verge of 350. But that's where Mahmood struck again, Van der Hoogten out for 23, caught by Wood, and Glamorgan's innings producing 344. It had been a tough ask for Glamorgan to cope with the on-off nature of the game, but they'd shone when the weather allowed, 3 knocks over 50 helping them to a decent total. Anderson picked up 3 off his 24 overs, 10 of which were maidens. Lancashire had time to get their innings started, and did so with an attritional approach, denying Glamorgan early inroads. Jennings and Davis reached the close of play, unbeaten, with the score 22 for none.